Hi everyone, hope you all are having a great day. So, yesterday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, there was a game with South Carolina versus UConn. This is the women's basketball team. So, the game was called the Bad Boy Mowers Women's Battle for Atlantis Championship Game. South Carolina beat UConn, which I wouldn't say I'm surprised because I was hoping South Carolina do beat UConn. And the score was, let me say, no, I wrote it down. The score was 73 to 57. South Carolina has 73, UConn had 57. So there are a few things I want to talk about. First, I want to start with South Carolina. Aaliyah Boston, obviously, who's one of their top players, she was one of the lifesavers on their team. She plays hard. She plays good as usual. We have Henderson. She's a good player as well. She was coming in playing good. I think she's one of the starting five players. I have to look. But I know she came in playing hard. She was doing whatever to take the score. And you have Zaya Cook. Now, by watching the game, Zaya Cook and Henderson, they play kind of similar in a way. They both be going at it on. I wouldn't say going at it with each other on the court, but they both go hard on the court. Like the way they play, their skills on the court, it just seems similar. The way they try to shoot the ball, they're very aggressive on the court. They just play alike. It's just some similarities with the two, the way they play on the court. It's like, okay, if Zaya take a break and sit down, I put Henderson in the game. I could depend on Henderson. If Henderson sit down on the bench, take a break, okay, at least I have Zaya on the court, or vice versa. Or you have both of them on the court, which would be fire for the team because that'll help the team win. There's some other things I want to talk about with South Carolina. They have some bench players coming in playing very hard. They're very dependable on South Carolina. I don't know the bench players' names as of yet, but they were coming in playing hard. Um, I would say that South Carolina was very amazing with their turnovers. They were like doing back to back turnovers and scoring. I was just like, damn. And there's some other things I want to talk about. I want to talk about the player Henderson. I don't know her last name, so I just say I'm sorry, I don't know her first name, so I just say the last name. Now Henderson, I just felt like at times, I know she was scoring and she did, she's one of the people that helped the team get to where they were yesterday in the game. I'm not going to deny that. She was needed in the game the way she was playing. I just feel like there was a time, or there's times where she can be selfish with the ball and don't pass it. Because I've seen where she'll have the ball, and instead of passing it, because I know there were some people open, and she'll just go in and get fouled, which is good. But sometimes there's no guarantee because they can call a foul on her, like maybe a blocking foul on her blocking the other team by trying to shoot. I've seen where it just appeared that she was selfish with the ball and didn't want to pass it. That's just how I felt, but whatever. There's something else I want to talk about. There's another player called Bree Bio. I think I'm saying her last name right, but I believe her first name is Bree. Bree Bao, if that's her name. Her first name is Bree. I would just say Bree. She was playing good. I was impressed on how she was playing. There's another player. I meant to look up her name. Last name is Middleton or something around it. It was something with either Brittleton or Middleton. She scored a 3 point and she made it a lead with her 3 point shot because I know it was a tie for a minute. And then when she shot the three, she made them, get ahead of the game a bit. With South Carolina, their defense has gotten better towards the end of the fourth quarter. What kind of made me almost laugh a bit when they showed Don Staley on the side, it looked like she was just like over it, like going off. Like her mentality was like y'all better win this game. Like she was just getting pissed. Like she was just on fire on the side. Like she was just hollering. Like some clips. When they show the clips of some people on the side, just the clip they showed her. When they showed a clip of her, it looked like she was just getting peed off a bit. I want to talk about UConn. UConn, what I liked about UConn was that they were not missing free throws. Like I mentioned before, free throws are very important. And I understand that, I'm not expecting everybody getting a free throw to make it. But it'd be good if you do make all your free throws. And I know there's a time where you may miss a free throw. That happens. But you don't want to be just missing free throws. Just get better at it. We have their offensive end. They do take their time on their offensive end of the game. I want to talk about Paige Beckers on UConn. Now, Paige Beckers, I feel that they depend on her so much just to score the points. Like, she's just the one who's supposed to just win the game for her team. And there's other players that they need to help win the game as well. It's not, Paige Becker, she's a good player. I give her that. She knows how to find her shots. She creates a way to shoot her shots. Because I know when she has the ball, she can easily pass it. And then she creates a space for her to shoot, like someone could be on her. And, she'll step back or move to the side and then she'll shoot. Like Paige Beckers is not afraid to shoot. She's just very brave. She takes chances. And that's why she's so good because, she's just very confident on the court. And I see that in her. And there's, now there was another player I was looking forward to seeing more. It looked like she didn't play much. And I don't know, she just had a bad game, but she wasn't in the game long enough. I think, what's her name? Azzy Fudd? I was expecting her to play more because that's who I was looking out for. I wanted to see how she was playing. And she wasn't in the game that much. I think if the coach had her in longer, UConn probably would have had a chance to possibly beat South Carolina, even though I wanted South Carolina to win. But the way UConn was playing, like the score was 73-57. I don't think UConn would have had 57 if they kept Azzy Fudd in. But I don't know. Maybe she had a bad game, but I just didn't see where she played much. Just to see if she was worth being in there long enough. From what I was reading, she could have played about maybe 6 minutes. Then he sat her down, and I'm watching the game, and I'm like, why is she not playing? Because that's who I had my eye on. I want to see, how she played. And I want to see, why is she on this team, or how good she is. Like, what's the hype about her? Because, on social media, they've been talking about how good she is. Like, she's this freshman coming in. So I want to see that. I want to see her on the court. And I didn't see that. So I'm going to keep a lookout for UConn. When they put them on ESPN again, hopefully I'm sure he'll put her in the game again when they put her on TV. And I know there's times when women's basketball, they're playing and they're not on TV all the time. But when UConn do play, I'm going to keep a lookout for her again. But I know when they played yesterday, I didn't see where she played as much. So I really didn't get to see her skills, her ball handling skills, or what she could bring to the table. I really couldn't see that. We have Olivia Nelson, who's also good. She's very tall. I think, they use her like for the center. So she knows how to find a shot. She knows how to shoot 3-point shots. And that's good when you're tall and you play that center position. You can shoot 3-point shots and not just shooting the center all the time, because it doesn't matter if you're a point guard. It doesn't matter if you're a center or forward. just know how to shoot anywhere on the court. Don't just depend on staying on the side or staying in your forward position. Know how to shoot everywhere on the court. You have to be versatile. Like Paige Beckers, she could be a forward, point guard, something around that, but she's very versatile. And that's what I like to see in players. Just be versatile. I know Lisa Leslie in the WNBA. I can't remember her position. She could have been a center, but there were times where she was versatile. And who else do we have? Who else I want to talk about? I also want to talk about. Here's the thing. I want to talk about Paige Beckers again because they put her just so up on. They just have all these high expectations of her. Like, for instance, I read that she has this deal with StockX. And I'm just hoping they're not pushing her to be like the next Michael Jordan, or they're giving her these shoe deals or giving her these commercial deals. I don't think they need to push her for that right now. Just let her play college basketball. Just let her do that. And I'm not hating on the girl. I don't hate on the players because I love to watch basketball in general and talk about the games. And when I talk about, the players, it's nothing against them personally. I just like to be realistic when it comes to their basketball game and their life in basketball. But with Paige Beckers, I just hope they just not pushing her to the point where she's already this professional basketball player, like she's in the WNBA. There's other players that's just as good as Paige Beckers that can get deals. If you giving her a deal, why not give all these other players deals that play? We have Aaliyah Boston. She's good. She's a heck of a good player. Aaliyah Boston. There's Henderson. We have Zaya Cook. There's plenty of players I can name that's just as good as Paige Beckers. It's just the only thing is that UConn, they're depending on Beckers to beat these teams. That's just how I feel. Like Paige Beckers cannot, you know, beat these teams up by herself. She needs to support, from the other players. And I just hope, she doesn't feel the pressure that she has to carry this team by herself. So that's basically what I want to say about Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers, there's times where I hear, the people from behind the scenes when they're playing the game or during the highlights during halftime, they may say, oh, Paige Beckers is not selfish with the ball, or there's times where she needs to be unselfish and shoot, and I understand that, but it's nothing wrong with doing both. Shoot the ball when you have to. I'm not saying, when you get the ball, you have to shoot and don't pass it. And if Paige Beckers is open, if she know how to create open shots for herself, I say be my guest and shoot the ball. But if you're not able to shoot it, then pass it. There's a time to be selfish with the ball, and there's a time not to be selfish. But I would say don't be selfish with the ball, but shoot when you need to. And if you know how to create open shots for yourself when someone is on you, then shoot the ball. That's all I have to say. So I just hope Paige Beckers is, just trying not to show that she's not selfish with the ball, because she's a good player as well. But still pass the ball when you need to, because you have to pull a strategy when you're on the court. And I'm sure, when the girls, that's for all the teams when they're in practice, they're shown how to pass the ball. They're practicing press breaks. They're practicing free throws. So they're all being taught all of those things during basketball practice. I mean, that should be nothing new with all the players. And there's something else I want to talk about. So this game was played in the Bahamas. This was the Bad Boy Mowers Women's Battle for Atlantis Championship. It's like a tournament. In South Carolina, they won the championship. Good for them. So, and actually, I thought maybe UConn was going to beat them, but South Carolina beat them, and I'm glad. And in the beginning, I think South Carolina was, I don't know, they were 4-0 and 5-0. I know it showed that they haven't lost any games. I wouldn't say they haven't lost any games yet, and I'm hoping they don't lose any games. I don't wish that for, none of my favorite teams, but, somebody got to lose, somebody got to win. Even if two of my favorite teams are playing against each other, somebody's going to lose, somebody's going to win. And all I have to say is that is about it. What I'm most looking forward to is the championship game in March. I know that they said that the championship is going to be March the 18th, 2022, I think. So, I just can't wait. I can't wait to see who's going to make it to the Final Four. I think South Carolina's going to make it to the Final Four again. I know right now they're number one. UConn is number two. And that is about it. That's all I want to talk about today. The game came on yesterday on ESPN. And hope you all have a good day.